Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I am gonna talk about the history of Pokemon world. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon for more videos. It is said in many Sinnoh legends that the universe, Pokemon world included, was created by a single Pokemon, Arceus. In a void of nothingness, a single egg came into being, which then hatched into Arceus. Arceus creates Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina and gives Dialga and Palkia the abilities to control time and space. Giratina is banished into another dimension for its behavior. Then, during very early formation of the world, possibly sooner, Arceus creates Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit to create willpower, knowledge, and emotion, respectively, attributes that are in all modern humans and Pokemon. After the formation of the Sinnoh region, they dive to the bottom of present-day Lake Valor, Lake Acuity, and Lake Verity, respectively, dubbing the term, the Lake Guardians. Also in these early times, Mew appeared on the planet, containing the DNA of every Pokemon. There are many scientists who believe that Mew was the ancestor of all Pokemon. The next to come into being during the Primal Age or Primal Groudon was formed deep inside the earth from magma, and Primal Kyogre was formed by the pressure in the deep sea trenches, while Rayquaza was formed by the minerals of the ozone layer. Another theory exists that the three already existed before the oceans, lands, and ozone layer did, and rather proceeded to create these components of the planet themselves. Rayquaza proceeds to fly around in the ozone layer, occasionally coming to rest at the sky pillar. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre proceed to create land mass and fill the sea, respectively. A chance meeting turns the two into rivals, and a conflict for dominance over the Pokemon world begins. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre also fought for the entry of nature that was overflowing at the time. These endless clashes continued until Mega Rayquaza quells it, causing Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre to retreat to special caverns, where they rest, losing their primal forms sometime after they went to sleep. The red and blue orbs are created to prevent the reawakening of Groudon and Kyogre, and to trigger the primal reversion when either Groudon and Kyogre are awakened by the representing orbs. The red and blue orbs are left at Mount Pyre for safekeeping. At this time, Mew may have been plentiful and lived in large numbers. Landmasses such as Mount Coronet are created, and Regigigas moves the continents, forming various regions. The Sinnoh region is created around Mount Coronet. During this violent procedure, Stark Mountain is created and Heatran is formed in lava. Arceus creates the adamant, lustrous and gracious orbs before falling into a never-ending sleep. Many years after, the prehistoric era begins and the first prehistoric Pokemon come into being. Scientists have proven that prehistoric Pokemon roamed the land, as fossils and other archaeological remains have been found to contain the DNA of Pokemon. It is possible that the Mew population on the planet may have decreased at this stage, as they slowly gave way to other Pokemon species. Evolution has come, separating humans from Pokemon, to create the first humans. During the Stone, Ice, and Iron Ages, the legendary Titans are created, and used as keys to seal away Regigigas in the Snowpoint Temple. Regirock, Regice and Registeel are hidden in caves and ruins around the Hoenn region. 20,000 years before the modern day, a meteorite crashes into the planet. Thousands of years later, Eternatus emerges from it, bringing about the cataclysmic event known as the Darkest Day and introducing the world to the concept of Dynamaxing. The legendary heroes Zacian and Zamazenta, accompanied by twin human brothers, rise up and defeat Eternatus, causing it to fall into an inactive state. Pieces of Eternatus, known as wishing stars, scatter around the land. In modern times, the power of wishing stars is harnessed through Dynamax bands, allowing humans to control the phenomenon. 1,500 years before modern times, the earliest known system for writing is developed and used at the ruins of Alph, Tanabe ruins, and Solician ruins. Archaeologists are currently unsure whether the nearly identical unknown preceded or succeeded the writing system, but it is assumed they share some sort of connection. At this point, the Magikarp population mutated and became weaker. In recent history, 700 years before modern times, the Bell Tower and the Brass Tower were constructed. These two 9-tier towers were built opposite each other in a critique city. The towers were built to foster friendship and hope between Pokemon and people. The view from the top of the towers was said to be magnificent. In the west was Brass Tower, which was said to awaken Pokemon, and in the east was the Bell Tower, where Pokemon were said to rest. At the time, an immense silver-colored Pokémon was said to make its roost atop the brass tower, while its counterpart, the glorious rainbow-colored Ho-Oh, was said to rest at the bell tower. However, around 150 years before the games, a lightning bolt struck the brass tower. It was engulfed in flames that raged for 3 days. Lugia and Ho-Oh escaped to the skies unharmed. A sudden downpour put an end to the blaze. In-game lore states that 3 Pokémon died in the fire, but Ho-Oh was able to revive them as the legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Legends and folklore state that Raikou symbolizes the lightning bolt that struck the tower, Entei symbolizes the flames that raged for 3 days, and Suicune symbolizes the sudden downpour that extinguished the flames. Around this time, the first Pokémon League competitions started to take place. In the 1990s, a Pokémon was created by scientific engineering for the first time, called Porygon. In contemporary history, some years prior to the date, Mewtwo is cloned from Mew, and later escapes and destroys Cinnabar Island's Pokémon Mansion. Soon after, an erupting volcano on Cinnabar Island causes the destruction of many areas on the island. Around this time, the Team Rocket Syndicate, under the leadership of Giovanni, spreads its control over various areas of the Kanto region until Red defeats Giovanni, prompting him to disband the organization and pursue a life of training. Despite this, Team Rocket operations continue for a little while longer on the Sevi Islands and in the Johto region. Sometime around the end of Team Rocket's operations, Red climbs and waits at the summit of Mount Silver. Along with that, the leaders of Team Aqua and Team Magma reawaken Groudon and Kyogre and they continue their great battle, only to be stopped again by Rayquaza. Groudon and Kyogre retreat to the region of Fiori to rest after their battle. In modern history, the Sinnoh region has become unusually colder, due to the strange circumstances occurring across the region. The legendary trio of Sinnoh are also awoken by a villainous team. Team Galactic uses a red chain forged from the Lake Guardians to summon Dialga, Palkia. Their efforts are halted due to interference from the player. At this time, a rip in time-space has occurred, opening a portal to the Distortion world. Giratina escapes into its dimension along with Cyrus, the Team Galactic leader. The entrance to the Distortion world closes, returning the Sinnoh region back to normal. Some years after this, Team Plasma attempts to free Pokémon from human capture, but for selfish reasons. Reshiram and Zekrom are awoken due to Team Plasma and the player. The player, siding with one of the 2 dragons, battles against N to test if N's convictions are correct. After this, the player defeats Jetsis, and N leaves to a distant land with his dragon, while the player keeps theirs. 2 years later, Team Plasma returns, but with the intention to take over Unova. Kyurem is captured by Jetsis, and fused with N's dragon, either Zekrom 2 or Reshiram 2, to form Black Kyurem or White Kyurem respectively. The player defeats the new dragon, and Team Plasma is disbanded for good as Jetsis suffers a mental breakdown and becomes unable to do any more evil deeds as a result. Concurrently with Team Plasma's return, in Kalos, Team Flare tries to destroy the world and make a more beautiful one with the help of Xerneas or Yveltal. Lysandre then uses the last bit of energy the ultimate weapon has, and ends up destroying both the weapon and the Team Flare secret HQ. Lysandre is not seen again. In the Galar region, Rose, the president of Macrocosmos and the chairman of the Galar Pokémon League, foresees the region running out of energy in 1,000 years. In his misguided vision to fix this problem, he reawakens Eternatus and brings about the second darkest day. Stands up against Eternatus in Hammerlock and summons Zacian and Zamazenta to defeat the threat once more. Rose subsequently turns himself in and is arrested. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I know that it's little bit boring to watch, but if you watch the full video then thank you again. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon for more videos.